goes it? Okay, I had to take a mini hiatus, but I'm back. What's up, y'all? I am back with another pick a card reading. It has been a very long time since I've last recorded and uploaded something. I was having really bad camera issues in like February or March, and I recorded two super long in-depth videos, like seriously over the course of like 2 days or like 48 hours. And when I finally sat down to edit them, it turned out that the speaker wasn't working and every single last bit of the readings were unintelligible, and I was really sad because a lot of really profound things came through that I couldn't really recover, and I got a little bit discouraged. But now I'm back. I moved actually, so I have a new setup. I'm still trying to get it configured, but we are going to go ahead and get into the reading now because I don't think you clicked on this video to hear me complain. So as you can see, you have 3 piles to choose from in front of you, and I'm going to do a close-up at some time tonight so you can see them close up and choose your pile. But I will see you then, and enjoy your reading. Here are the pile selections. This is going to be pile 1 with the rose quartz, pile 2 with the clear quartz, pile 3 with the pyrite. I'll give you guys a moment to decide which one, and then please click on the timestamps below and enjoy your reading. Pile 1. Okay, let me see what is going on for you today. So if I have not already disclosed this earlier in the video, our topic for today is what information from the all-loving universal consciousness wants to come in. That may sound very vague, but when I was sitting down to meditate and come up with a let me turn this down a little bit. When I was meditating and coming up with a concept for this reading, I was strongly feeling the energy of Mary Magdalene wanting to come through, which you guys may or may not be familiar with, but I just wanted to make this a lot more inclusive because there may be people who may not know who she is, and I was just feeling the strong biblical energy of the Mary, so I just really felt like the loving, nurturing, divine, feminine principle and aspect of universal consciousness was wanting to come through and give a message. I'm just gonna tune into these cards really quickly. I'm feeling very sensitive right now, and I'm feeling that if I overturn the cards too quickly, I may get overwhelmed. You guys are very brave, wise, strong souls. I'm getting very, very vivid imagery of an Eskimo, and I know that may not be the politically appropriate term at this moment, but I'm struggling to remember what is the politically correct name, so bear with me. But I am seeing an image of an Eskimo in a hut, like in the tundra, face almost frozen cold, pink with frost and windburn, and just being out in this snowstorm, but somehow braving it. Somehow the inner light inside of them is lighting the way and lighting the inner fire that keeps them warm and able to survive the winter. So you guys are strong, not in the sense of brawn and literal strength, but you guys have a very vivacious character and a light that will never be extinguished, if you will. Yeah, it seems like the universe is trying to commend you for your strength, for your perseverance, for your ability to endure the undurable. And they are applauding you for this long, long winter that you have had to endure, and found the strength and wherewithal within to shine your inner light and forge your own path. So I'm gonna get into the first card now. I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot. Two of Cups. Intéressant. Yeah, I kind of struggle to jump into the literal meanings of the cards sometimes. If you watch a lot of tarot, you probably know that the delineation of this card usually is talking about a marriage or a partnership or a soul bond, but I would like to confirm that with the other cards before I just jump immediately into that conclusion. Yeah, what I'm seeing for you though with the full moon here is that there definitely is a culmination of sorts for you coming into fruition as we speak. And actually when I was sitting down, okay, honestly guys, this is why I do tarot. I love for esoteric knowledge to come in, and I think a lot of readers regurgitate the same stuff over and over again in the community, and I would love to be the tarot reader that actually brings in unseen and hidden information to the collective consciousness that's already not in orbit or in existence in this current manifested reality. I'm actually seeing for you guys that you have a really strong ability to manifest literally. I'm kind of seeing these people as like, I guess two halves of the same soul, as you will, but like almost this card is so symmetrical. So there's a split coming down the middle for me, and there's two aspects of yourselves being mirrored here, the divine masculine aspect and the divine feminine aspect. That does not literally mean twin flames, but it could literally just be you and the two aspects of your soul, the feminine and masculine manifestations. So I actually see, if you guys have seen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, where he, at the end, he stands in the mirror and is literally able to manifest the rock that he needed to come through into his physical pockets with his willpower and his wish and his might, because he was pure of intention. And I'm seeing the same thing is possible for you guys in your current reality right now. If you guys are not familiar with that movie, shame on you, but I'll break it down for you anyway. You guys just literally have the ability, it's not even to like manifest, it's just to get what's yours, but literally like dimension hop and like time hop to another reality, connect with that aspect of yourself and bring back the gifts from that current or that timeline that you were not existing in, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just seeing you guys have a purity. The moon to me represents pureness, innocence, and that you were actually gifted with this gift during this lifetime because you were pure of heart and pure of intention, and therefore you're sending crystal clear signals into the universe saying, I'm worthy, I deserve what I want, and I deserve what I want and need, and there's just this harmonic congruency between you and the other soul fragments of yourself that exist within other timelines in this universe. And this seems like the higher fragment, the higher aspect of your soul, which can also be referred to as the higher self. Yeah, you have, this is kind of reminding me of the Temperance card almost, with like the pouring of the cup into another cup. But to me, Temperance is also about alchemy. And if you guys have read the book The Alchemist, he can turn lead into gold. So it just seems like, but your unique way of doing it is like, okay, so you're dissatisfied in this current timeline, you're able to time hop or dimension hop into another one and take what you need and extract it so you can have it in this current reality. Let's see what your second card is. The Ace of Swords. Wow. Yeah, this reading's definitely going the way that I wanted it to, but I didn't know how to like pose it into a question, so I'm really happy that the energies are showing up like this, because these are like essentially your other dimensional superpowers. Like there's really profound symbolic imagery in these two cards. To me, this is speaking of the Sword of Arthur, if you guys know that tale, where there was a sword stuck in the stone, and every single villager comes and tries to get the sword out of the stone, and no one can do it until one day King Arthur, please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's King Arthur, he comes along and he alone is able to raise the sword out of the stone, which was an unparalleled defeat, and no one else was able to do. And I'm hearing like raise the dead. I really am. Okay, hello moth. Goodbye moth. And I'm literally hearing raise the dead. Like you have this uncanny ability to resurrect ancient timelines even. If that doesn't sound like I'm taking it too far. And I think that you guys are actually very aware of this, like, that it's literally imprinted into your soul blueprint and DNA, and there's no way that you don't feel this, like, solid self of mastery and almost like mastery of the elements. Yeah, you guys are alchemists for sure. And I feel like the reason why the universal consciousness is bringing this to your attention at this time is to reaffirm you guys definitely know this. You guys are alchemists, and actually I see it as a sort of claiming, like the universe is claiming you, like, yes, you are my bitch, you are my son, like you have these powers. Like, I don't know why I keep getting all these Harry Potter references, guys, but you know, like how in the Sorting Hat, you guys, I mean, not you guys, the characters are claimed by different houses. Like, this almost feels like, or how about in Percy Jackson, if you guys have seen that, where, you know, Percy was the son of Poseidon, but he was like one of the big three gods that didn't really have many half-blood sons. It almost feels like in a way that like the universe is coming out of the sky to claim you as its heir, as its rightful owner of the universal throne. If you guys catch my drift. And this actually feels like a very special thing, and like I said at the beginning of this video, we all are essentially daughters of the universe, but it feels like the universe is claiming you because you know your place. Like, you have stepped up into this role of like divine protector of the universe, and you are being claimed for that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull some messages from the Wild Unknown, because a lot of these cards that I'm using are a little bit airy and I wanted to ground the reading, so I'm gonna tune in here for a bit. Okay, I just already feel like there is a profound shift in awareness that is taking place for you guys right now. You guys may be meditating a lot, it feels like, because I feel like you're getting really grounded and present in the present energy and realizing that that's where your infinite potential lies. Yeah, you guys literally got the 10 of Pentacles. Couldn't have really said that any better myself. Pentacles are all about material welfare, material gain, being solid, being stable, having physical assets. It's basically like abundance in the most literal sense. That could mean food, that could be money, that could just be having nice things. And the fact that you guys have 10, that's like the most amount of pentacles you were allotted in the tarot deck, basically. So this is like jackpot. So to me, this is just reiterating, yeah, you guys are already sitting on a gold mine and a land mine, and I feel like it hasn't come into its full potential yet, but I feel like you guys are aware that your life is basically sitting on a gold mine, and when you choose to go deep enough and when you choose to extract your inherent wealth, that you have this. But I almost feel like you guys are in a space right now where you're not worried, because it's like, I'm aware that I'm sitting on a gold mine. I'm aware that I'm worthy of wealth. I think you guys are just taking your time to like sink into that and really be mindful of the way that you're extracting your wealth. Okay. The Ace of Wands? Okay. Some fucking show-offs. Just kidding. Yeah, these are really powerful cards. Like, I mean, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands have very similar imagery. It just seems like you guys are a commanding presence. You know what you want, you know what you need, and you have the ability and wherewithal to go get it. I feel like you guys are gonna come to a crossroads where it's like, stop waiting, it's go time, and just like flick the wand and literally manifest your material desires. But the really inspiring thing that I am seeing in this pile is that you guys aren't worried about when that's gonna happen. I don't think you're actively pursuing it materially at this moment, but you're just aware, okay, like the next time somebody pushes you, the next time I'm amped up, I'm gonna stop fucking around, I'm gonna dig deep within myself, and that's when it's time to bring this gold out of the gold mine. Like, I think you guys just know, like, I'm cool, I'm calm right now, but the next time someone fucks with me, I will show them what is really going down, and the wealth that I'm really sitting on. Because you guys are not playing. You guys did not come here to play in this lifetime at all. It's just really powerful. Like, you guys don't even have to do anything. It's just this serene knowing of like, yeah, I could show if I wanted to, but like, why lift a finger? Why waste my energy? I know I got it if I need it. It's there. But until I like really need it and need to prove it to myself, I'm just gonna wait and just sit in this quiet confidence. Yeah, that's interesting for you guys. So I'm gonna pull one of these cards. I'm excited because I just got this deck. It is the Beyond Lumeria Oracle deck. The Portal Keeper. That's a cool freaking card. Damn. Okay, I actually don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like the Portal Keeper is an energy that is with you at this time. I think this is another acknowledgement that when the time is ready, you can pass through this portal, like past the Portal Keeper, and time hop, dimension hop, receive what is yours. This almost feels like you are at the culmination of an initiation, in that, I don't know, it kind of feels like you owe this little guy a reward before you pass through the portal. So I think you're almost like, feels like you guys are working up the courage to pass through the portal, and you know that you need to deem yourself worthy. And of course you are inherently worthy. I think you just need to have like the spiritual means to show for it. And when that happens, you will get free passage. But it almost feels like you need to pay respect to this deity that is letting you pass through. Like, I feel like you haven't learned enough mortal lessons yet to be pure enough of spirit to pass through this void, if that makes sense. I think there's still some cleansing of your ego and your aura that you need to do before your vibration is high enough to be able to easily and fluidly pass through this portal. And not only that, I'm actually hearing that once you gain this initiation and pass through the portal, that you may even be taking the portal keeper's cave or place, or becoming one with this entity in a sense, where you can allow other souls the chance to voyage through these other dimensional portals that you have access to. Interesting. Okay. Do something for someone. Give your attention to another. I feel like a really big goal of yours this lifetime is to teach. I feel like you guys have a very quiet way of leading by example, and in this way you can gift a lot of knowledge and even your own abundance to others. And I don't see this actually coming through giving away of your time or your resources. I feel like your presence just stirs something in other people that wakes them up to help them find the abundance they've been searching for within themselves. Like, I don't see you stepping outside of your throne to like go help a peasant, you know? I see you very much staying in your lane and on your throne and merely teaching other people how they can claim their own throne, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm gonna pull some other cards for you just to see what other messages come through, because that was a pretty short and succinct reading, at least for me. The Sun, and what else can you guys tell me about this pile? Oh my goodness, the Ten of Pentacles again. I kind of like how the Sun and the do something for someone imagery is matching. That's awesome. Wow. Okay, yeah, there's definitely messages being repeated about having infants. I'm seeing and hearing specifically a son. There's a lot of nurturing energy and qualities to this pile, if that resonates with you. I'm seeing and hearing that you guys can really see the innocence and bring the innocence out of people, which is actually interesting as it's linking to your message of abundance, because when we're infants, we are completely unprogrammed, and in that state, we are actually able to manifest much more easily what we like and what we would desire, because as I was saying with the portal keeper, we actually just passed through the portal of the womb into this world, and we very much still have that divine energy on us that's untainted and ungrounded by the frequency of this earth plane. And because you've not been really tied up into the karmic cycles of this life yet, which other people may debate, but I think you understand what I'm saying, that purity, that joyfulness, that innocence is much higher than the shame and the fear and the doubt that exists so heavily here. So you being able to nurture the inner child in people, or their inner innocence, I'm seeing is a big key to your life's purpose, because with that really high vibration, that's how you ascend the pain, the misery, and the detriment of this physical earthly plane. And there's the Ten of Pentacles repeating itself. And there's a lot of animal imagery I'm seeing here as well. animals feel very grounded in your presence, I'm hearing, and you can gain a lot of wisdom from the trees. I actually feel like a lot of these trees have energy of a time where your soul had previously incarnated, and through tapping into the frequency of these beings, they can kind of shock you back into a state where your manifestation abilities are heightened and and there's more awareness around them. They're really not wanting me to get in too specifically about any details of your life where this manifestation could materialize. I'm just hearing that it is almost a color or a flavor of your vibration and your aura that is able to materialize things from other places, other realms, different timelines, other dimensions, and that is just a flavor of who you are, and you're being reminded of that. So I'm gonna end your reading there. I hope that was insightful and maybe not too hard to understand. I hope to see you in the next reading if you decide to join me here again, but if not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Alright, hey Pile 2, how's it going? We are going to be in your reading. When I was shuffling, I honestly couldn't, express in human terms the message I wanted to come through this reading, but I felt like the energy was felt anyways and picked up. So, just bear with me as I go through this reading. It may be a little bit more random than the specific message of the title, but I'm going to go ahead and start by tuning in to the energy of these cards, and then we'll get into your messages. I'm picking up immediate water vibes, like Piscean and Neptunian energy, so strong. I literally just felt like a cascade of blue, green, glowing water just rush into my psyche. Wow. You guys have a hidden jewel that you are sitting on or sleeping on. I'm seeing an aquamarine gem light up in the center of your guys' heart space. I'm seeing a bunch of seahorses. I'm hearing Atlantis, actually. Like deep sea energy. Yeah, you guys may have had past lifetimes in Lemuria or Atlantis if that resonates with you. But I'm actually hearing there's other lost civilizations and cities that we're unaware of that either do exist or have previously existed underwater. So don't limit yourself to those labels if that doesn't resonate with you. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the reading now and see what we've got for you guys. Alright, so we're gonna start out with the Crystal Visions Tarot. Nine of Swords. Hey, are you guys okay? What's going on? Okay, people in your life are not treating you right. Whenever I see this card, I just get immediate feelings like my throat closing up. It doesn't feel good. It feels like people are laughing at you or jeering at you, and it's making me upset. Yeah, the thing that this divine consciousness is wanting to bring your attention to is that you feel left out in the cold, and they're acknowledging that there's a rage in you right now. There's a fire that you may not be willing to express, but they're essentially saying, we see you, we hear you, we're crying with you. They're basically mourning with you. They're not trying to make it better or just say it's alright, you know, they're just deeply with you in this time and sending their sincere condolences. There's no like, get over it, you'll feel better, like pick your head up. They are in sorrow with you. Dang. Yeah, you guys may have previously gone through a breakup. It actually feels worse than this though, to me, to be honest. Like you felt like that you lost something that was rightfully yours. Give me a second, guys. Yeah. That wasn't supposed to be taken from you. And I'm feeling the need to say that, you know, a lot of people say that everything happens for a reason, and I know a lot of people in the spiritual community believe that or have their own beliefs about that, but sometimes there is no fucking rhyme or reason, okay? Sometimes things are cruelly taken out of our hands and we don't understand why, and we're left mourning and crying up to the heavens for help or just any way that they can make sense of this giant misunderstanding or misalignment that has occurred in their life. They're urging you not to get over it, and what I mean by that is don't kid yourself just thinking, hey, let me just get over this, let me just get up and keep living my life like nothing happened. No, they want you to know that it's okay to grieve, it's okay to rage, it's okay to cuss at the fucking sky. What you're going through is real, and there's a need to pay attention to the feelings of despair so that they don't consume you in another way. There's a time, I think, sometimes on Earth where the Earth doesn't want to be okay. That it's taken up so much shit, so much bullshit over the eons and millenniums, and that it just wants to erupt, and that's okay. And I really feel like you're going through a grieving shit. The fuck was that? That scared the fuck out of me. What the fuck? Okay. Jeez. I think. What was I saying? There's a time where it's okay to be like that too, where you don't have to have it all together. There's beauty in sorrow, and I feel like you of all people understand that message. So they're celebrating that you are still beautiful even under this veil of darkness, and that they want to walk with you through this underworld and properly grieve or mourn whatever was taken from you. The Daughter of Cups. I'm getting a few messages here that you guys may have literally had a miscarriage. And if that is the case, I'm so sorry. There's probably nothing I can do or say to make it better, but know you are being acknowledged and held through this time. This could have been a death to your innocence, however you would like to take that. It seems like there is this young girl or young boy or young child inside of you that has had to face more than the average person should have ever had to. And it feels like this part of you is offline right now. This sense of the divine daughter, that carefree child inside of you is dead, is gone, has gone away. And that doesn't mean forever. That just feels like, it feels like I'm channeling how you feel right now, if this is the case for you. That you feel like the inner child inside of you has died and it will never find the light of day. This could have been the death of like a creative venture or business project. Or honestly, maybe you guys have short-term or maybe long-term memory loss, and there's a sense that you're forgetting who you are, or the innocence, or why you came to be here on this earth, or that you lost something very significant pertaining to the reason why you came into this earth. Wow, okay. Yeah, they're urging you to go back to oneness. This might be a little heavy, guys, but when you die, we all return back to the earth. And with this world symbolism, sorry, that was like, I did not hold that up for long enough. With this world symbolism, it's giving me the image and the feeling of the void, and there's a need to like kind of crumble and decay and coming back to yourself, like literally decompose, so you can find your wholeness, your oneness again, become that seed from which all of creation is birthed. Your spirit does not want to unfurl itself right now. It wants to enclose on itself and like become the embryo, become the seed from which life is born. There's a need to let this death and decaying process happen, and it's going to happen inevitably for you, but there's a need for you to reiterate that message that if you are resisting, life is going to become 10 times more painful for you. So please listen to this need to close yourself off or close yourself in and literally become one with the earth. Tune into that energy of the 0 point frequency and remember that you can become rebirthed again. This is a new deck that I got. It is the Beyond Lumeria Oracle deck. So we're going to see what message this card has for you. Water. Bruh. Yeah, it's not like I said that in the beginning or anything, did I? I feel like I should hold this up there for longer because it's just so pretty. I hope you guys can see that. Water, the overflow. Damn, that is some powerful imagery. I'm gonna actually read from the guidebook because I feel guided to. Yeah, this card is beautiful, you guys, and is gracefully reiterating the message that I had for you. And part of this excerpt, it says, her heart is overflowing with love. Her eyes are filled with tears. Hold on one sec. Her eyes are filled with tears. She allows what comes through to move her without control. She gracefully allows whatever she is feeling to be expressed, and as she does so, she radiates so much light into the world, allowing for flow, receptivity, the path, oh my gosh, I can't speak, you guys, the path of least resistance, purity, clearing away that which no longer serves emotion. A lot of these messages are honestly just reiterating what you guys already know. I feel like there already is a crumbling happening inside of you, and it's just like, honestly, I just feel like water is coming through this message to like clear the pathways and clear the channels and just let the shit go. Like there's just an irrigation system flushing out your system and ridding yourself of all these toxins, because this is not a time for you to rise. This is a time for you to crumble. And as scary or as horrendous as that sounds, that is powerful, because a lot of people don't know when to let the foundation go, when to let it sink and crumble and create something beautiful from its rubble. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. I'm just gonna have a moment of silence for you guys right now, because I know whatever you're dealing with is hard and it is heavy, and there's not a lot I can say in this reading to make it better, and from the energy of this I can feel that and I know that. So I'm just gonna sit with you guys right now and meditate in silence and send you guys all the healing energy I can muster, and I would just like you guys to receive it and know that the universe is doing the same for you as well. So I'm gonna be quiet right now. I'm bearing witness to the struggle you are enduring right now. And as a fellow camaraderie on this earthly plane, I offer you my assistance. I offer you my grace. I offer you my will to uplift you when the times feel so low. I genuinely hope you find everything it is that you're searching for. And this reading helps irrigate you and cleanse you of all the things you no longer need to continue to walk your path. You guys just need a hug. Y'all, you just need a hug. I'm gonna see what other messages I can get for you. Okay. I'm not gonna take those. Give me a second. Okay. I hate to just say random shit, but I feel like this is past life karma, and that doesn't mean you necessarily did anything to deserve it. I almost just feel like this is a repeating pattern from your past life that is showing up in this cycle right now, because it needs to be cleansed and it needs to be healed. Earth is at a point right now where there's a paradigm shift happening, where Earth is no longer a prison for souls, and I'm sensing that you guys went through something incredibly harrowing in a past life that is showing itself to you now, because it literally just cannot repeat again. the cycle has to stop, it has to close, it has to come to an end. And there's this need to like painfully uncover this wound so it doesn't manifest again. I'm actually feeling that this only happened to you guys in one lifetime, even though you guys may have incarnated into multiple lifetimes. However, this has left a soul imprint on you. That means that wherever you did incarnate in lifetimes where maybe something not as traumatic occurred, you still felt it. You still felt the ache in your soul. It was like a Sith wound that has scarred you and mauled you and just left you wide open. And there's no time now to turn back and act like it didn't happen. You have to face it. And although you've been avoiding these darkest crevices of your soul for lifetimes, the momentum, the tide is shifting in the direction of, hey, let's revisit this. Let's look at this wound. The Six of Pentacles. It's kind of reminding me of past energy that kind of confirms the devil for me. But I actually am not entirely sure what that's trying to say to me right now. Give me a sec. Okay, if you guys are worried financially about not being able to provide for yourself, there's a message coming through here that don't worry about that. Your material and financial needs for the most part are going to be taken care of as it pertains to shelter or food or just a basic necessity that you are scared you are not going to get met right now. It's saying that's not your priority, that's not your focus. Don't worry about that right now. It needs to be shifted to other things, as that's not the underlying issue of your distress. There's something much deeper that needs to be just addressed before you try to just worry about finances. I feel like a lot of past memories for you could be popping up right now that are haunting you. Some of you guys may not even be aware of where they're coming from, and it's telling me that it's coming from a past life. The High Priestess. If you guys recently had a funeral for somebody or something, the message is coming through that they want you to know that the service was incredible and they feel incredibly honored by you, and that in their eyes this service was a success. Maybe you guys are worried that you didn't pay respect to them as much as you would have liked. And they're saying that they were there, they were present, they are omnipresent, and don't worry so much about that or that part of life. There just feels like there's a very stable grounding presence right now that wants you to know that you're seen, you're felt, you're heard, you're loved. And please show up for yourself in this way where you're able to acknowledge the pain, acknowledge the hurt, acknowledge the horrendous feelings that you guys may be experiencing right now. And there's a need to journal for those of you who journal, or like even cuddle with a stuffed animal. It's a super random message that I'm hearing. But I'm gonna end that reading for you right there, pile 2. Honestly, my deepest condolences for whatever's happened. And if you guys need any more support, I'm here for you. I mean that with all my heart. Please come back to this channel. book or reading, whatever you see fit, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Pile 3, my lovely pile 3s. Let's see what I have for you today. The messages have all been super different. But before we do start, I'm gonna tap into these cards to see what messages I can get for you before we start. You guys smell like lemongrass. I don't know, I'm seeing like an image of Easter time and bunnies hopping through a field. This feels earthy and grassy, like there's a lot of sunlight around you. You guys may be the type of people to want to own a cottage or something of the sort, but I am seeing vivid imagery of an Easter egg hunt and duckies and springtimes. And even the crucifixion of Christ, if that means anything to you, probably because I'm saying Easter, so. I feel like you guys may have been born around the equinox, the spring equinox. Is that called the vernal equinox? So that's what I'm hearing. Or you guys just get very charged up and revved up around this time. Okay, I'm hearing Easter Island now. There's just a lot about Easter. If you guys want to look into the text of the Cathars, that also may be interesting or pertinent to you. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the reading. The Lovers. Pile 3 starts out with a bang. So, let's see, what does universal divine consciousness want you to know at this time? Okay, yeah, I was definitely hearing Mary Magdalene before this even started, and some people would argue that Mary Magdalene was the twin flame of Yeshua or Jesus Christ. If that doesn't resonate with you, you can leave that. But yeah, there's just very strong resurrection energy. I think that's why I was picking up about Easter. And the 8 of Pentacles. Damn, okay, yeah, you guys were definitely sent on a mission this lifetime, which definitely has to do with love, as we have the Lovers here. That may not be literally love in the sense of like man and wife, or wife and wife, or husband and husband, or person and person, you know? It feels like you guys are building a web of influence through the cosmos. Easter Island is coming through so freaking strongly, y'all. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm feeling like I'm being bombarded with energy right now. It's kind of hard to decipher. Okay, what is going on? Okay, I just feel like there's a strong sense that love is coming for you. You may have a core wound inside that love always dies. That's coming through really strongly here. I think you guys are wishing that someone would come into your life that makes you believe in safety, and makes you believe in love, and makes you believe that like all the bad things that happen here on earth don't just happen in vain, or that people don't just die in vain. There's a deep longing and craving and intensity for your other half. And with these messages here, these are kind of intense, man. I feel like you've died and went to the underworld and you're on your way back. Yeah, and maybe that's why the message of the crucifixion is coming. Like, you literally died on the cross of love. You were crucified, burned at the stake, whatever it is for you. And please be patient with me, because so much Bible imagery is flashing through my head, and I ain't even read the Bible like that. But some would argue that Jesus' death was an initiation of sorts. He literally rose from the dead so he could pass through different portals. Oh my gosh, yeah, and weave a web of light through the ethers and time and space, so that others could follow his trail of light, right? And through his earthly incarnation and initiation, he worked closely with Mary Magdalene to help ensure that his duty on earth was complete and finished, and so he could blaze a trail of light through the underworld so people could follow in his steps. And I feel like you very similarly are on a path where you have died, or you've been crucified, and you have gone to the underworld or hell or whatever it is, and that you're steadily climbing your way back, maybe even following the same trail of light that Jesus had left for us these 2,000 years ago. And I'm not Christian, but I do believe in old Gnostic texts and ancient wisdom that has been buried or skewed. And this is just one of the things that I have personally read and feel resonance and truth in. But you guys are forging your own path of life through the ethers, but this is tied very significantly. I do very much feel like this is twin flamey stuff, or if you don't resonate with that label, I mean, it is just a journey to self. It doesn't really have to do with like another person necessarily, or all that toxic love shit that this community is bombarded with. But this is like a very divine, ancient path of wisdom that your soul has chosen to follow. And there are a lot of really intense trials and tribulations. And I feel like the reason why Mary Magdalene came through this reading specifically was to show you that she is your way shower, she's your caretaker on this journey of love, and that she's there for you, and she is guiding you and helping you blaze your own trail of light. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know, it's really hard to translate the messages I feel and see in my head and like verbalize them, so I hope I'm doing an okay job. We're going to get an oracle card from the Beyond Lemuria guidebook. Life Force Energy. Damn, you guys, that's so interesting. First of all, I love this card. It's beautiful. It just makes me happy, and I love how there's that imagery of the heart again with the two dolphins. But to me, okay, damn, y'all must be with this shit, because I'm just gonna drop some knowledge that I probably wouldn't talk about in other videos. But okay, like I was saying, how Mary Magdalene is believed to be the twin flame of Jesus. They actually practice sex magic. Mary Magdalene was known to be an initiate of the mystery school of Isis, and she was a sex priestess, which means that she used her divine life force energy to help Yeshua or Jesus ascend and help his light body, his Ka, be strong enough to travel these interdimensional spaces and basically survive death and become resurrected. This is so crazy. Y'all. I literally just started talking about Easter and I was like, why do they want me to talk about Easter? And I don't know why it just all ties in, but it does. So I'm glad I'm not just murmuring gibberish, but even this imagery right here reminds me a lot of the Svadhisthana chakra or the sacral chakra, which is your sexual energy. And please don't distort that to mean something it's not, because life force energy is sacred. Sex is literally the reason why all of us were born and all of us were here. And if your parents didn't have sex, you wouldn't be here. Good night. So get over it. So yeah. Wow. You guys may feel called or drawn into the divine feminine mysteries, which is what a lot of these teachings of Mary Magdalene encapsulates. There's this need, I think, to tap into your life force energy to raise yourself back from the dead. And actually, there's just this huge sense of camaraderie for you from the divine, from Mary Magdalene. Like, you have a lot of support. You may not have someone to hold your hand and walk the path, but you have a mentor and you have a guide to go with you through this transitionary, initiatory phase that is happening in life. And I'm kind of on this path myself, so it's really hard for me to see like an outcome for you guys, but this is just confirmation and recognition of the trials and tribulations that you've gone through. It may feel like the situation that you're in just does not make any fucking sense most of the time. Like, you try to wrap your head around it and it doesn't make sense. That's because it's not meant exactly to make sense to you right now. A lot of these concepts are so big that if our human minds were to actually rationalize it, we would probably implode, because it is so much spiritual information that our rational minds cannot handle it without literally having a collapse or a demise. So you are being fed these little sources of lights and tidbits incrementally, because you would just exceed the limit of information and spiritual downloads possible for your physical vessel to hold at this time if they were to just disclose it for you. So yeah, I think the path for you is starting to feel a bit lonely, but only because no one can understand it with you on the level that you feel like you need them to. But again, this is like a very spiritual journey, so it's going to be fed to you and given to you in little signs, very incrementally, as to not overwhelm your 3D vessel. And this is honestly a path that not many of us have been down before. Like, Jesus definitely forged the path, as I was saying. But this path is not for the faint of heart, and I feel like very few souls, like under 57, have truly and completely faithfully carried out this task. So there's not even information for you in this realm. You just have to take the steps you know are necessary and use the guidance that you are being given through riddles or synchronicities or otherwise hard to grasp signs, but you're meant to piece them together, because if you had the roadmap, the path would be destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? It can't even be written down on paper and given to you in instructions, because there is a very high probability it could be hijacked, or someone could try to meet you at X marks the spot and try to infiltrate you, or there's just no way for you to go through this life with the exact replica of the map that you need to follow, because that would defeat the whole purpose of the journey itself, if you understand what I'm saying. Look to your inner strength is your last oracle card. You are stronger than you realize, and it's a number 11 card, which to me is like a master number. It's also a twin flame number. And I just couldn't have said it better myself. It was just like I was saying before I flipped over the card. You have to look to your inner strength, because it's not going to be written out in detail for you. No one else has the map. Most people in history haven't even tried to find the map or even know this path exists. So this is very much a solitary inner path in which you need to take carefully calculated steps that were written out by your higher self before you came here this lifetime. Yeah, and I'm hearing the Cathars a lot. A lot of ancient esoteric wisdom, but it's like, this is the path back to unity. This is the path back to oneness. So the people that have walked this path before you, sorry, I just kind of felt something nudging. That was weird. The people that have walked this path before you are with you, and once you ascend and pass this test, you will very much become like conglomerated with them and become one with these energies and these people, and that's why they're coming through so strongly for you right now. Good God, yeah, the Five of Pentacles came out, and that's literally my Mother Mary card. I have no idea why, but like that card is just, damn. Temperance. That is the journey of alchemy which we're on. Transmuting the 3D ego self and aligning it with the 5D higher self to create heaven on earth, which is also what the twin flame path is. Can I get like any messages though about like this person's 3D self? Because these are great, but I feel like you guys just need more like concrete support. The Three of Cups. Okay, so if you're a divine feminine on this journey, which I'm feeling very strongly that you are, there definitely is supposed to be a time where you come together in sisterhood with other people, and I think they want you to let me know that this time is not very far ahead of you, and you may feel alone right now, but you are meant to have other sisters in camaraderie with you, helping you on this journey. There's a lot of messages here. I feel like I need one from my Wild Unknown deck, because this is a lot of high vibe energy. I'm gonna get something to ground it. Full moon ceremonies could be significant for you, or if you feel like participating in one, that may be good for you. Come on, okay. The Seven of Pentacles. There's a need not to spread yourself thin with work right now. And when the time is right, the path will reveal itself to you. Yeah, so try not to worry too much. There could honestly be a need for you guys to eat a lot of fruit right now, or just things that will ground you or make you feel more connected to the earth. Like even oranges, these kind of look like oranges to me. And there's even some oranges in the tree up there on the Eight of Pentacles. I think you just need to do things that nourish your inner divine feminine essence, because that's what's really connecting you to this path and this journey. Flower essences may be nice, taking baths may be nice, or whatever it is that really represents that type of embodied feminine energy to you could be really helpful here. But I think I'm gonna end the reading there. Let me see if I have anything else for you guys though. I don't know, I just feel like a resolution is on the horizon for you guys. There may not be one for you yet set in stone, and I think that's why I'm not like picking up on super concrete evidence. This is more just a head nod and an acknowledgement of where you are in your journey, and actually maybe hopefully some knowledge that will get your brain thinking and maybe spark something inside of you to further research about like this whole journey that you guys are on, because I don't think the whole twin flame community has it right, if I'm being honest, and there's a lot of information that we are either spreading erroneously or that needs time to be developed within the self and can't exactly be translated into 3D platforms like YouTube or social media, and therefore it is significantly misrepresenting the journey. So I think this is actually just further confirmation to go within yourself and seek the answers there. Yeah, Mary Magdalene was coming very strongly through that reading, so if you never heard of her before or haven't worked with her energy, maybe look into that. But thank you for tuning in to this reading. I hope that you can take something of value away from it, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.